Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. This has upset a lot of people within the XRP community, and I understand why, so let's talk about this. Here's the headline from Cointelegraph. Ripple co-founder donates $1 million in XRP to Harris campaign. That's right, and they're talking about none other than Chris Larsen. So you may be sitting there thinking, how in the ever-living hell could he possibly do this? The SEC it spent years attacking Ripple. Now the SEC is appealing, and I understand that it's, in theory, just its own agency doing its own thing, but no. You understand who put Gary Gensler in charge, right? Yes, I understand that there's Senate confirmations, but you understand why that happened. The approach to crypto is from the top down, from the current administration all the way on down, and it is cancerous to crypto. It is absolutely endlessly destructive in basically every capacity you could possibly imagine. It's way more hostile than what happened under the previous administration. I was not happy with what happened under Trump, previously. This is way worse. It's not even close, and I'm glad Trump has come around on this. But it looks like Harris to this point just paying nothing more than lip service here. So look, I'll say at the outset, I understand why some people are upset about this. I personally, although I think it's I think it's silly. I don't think it makes sense. I understand why he's doing it. So I'm not like upset with the co-founder, even though I don't feel the same way. But I also think in the end, this isn't going to matter. And it sure as hell doesn't matter for XRP, specifically this one individual instance here. And also on top of this, I want to point out, this is not Ripple's official position. In fact, Ripple's position is quite to the contrary, to say the least, and I'll explain. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So let me remind you of just a few things here before you flip your lid too much thinking that Ripple's doing something wrong here. This is not a Ripple thing. This is a Chris Larsen thing. Now, mind you, Chris Larsen, he has been publicly on the left for a very long time. For basically his entire adult life, he has been contributing funds to all sorts of left-leaning causes. That's just who he is, and that's fine. If that's who he is, I may not agree with him on a whole bunch of stuff, but whatever. And so, when it comes to something like this specifically, I'll tell you this. So one of the things when I'll be voting this November, one of the things that is at the forefront of my mind is crypto specifically, because it matters to me tremendously. I have a notable portion of my net worth in it. I think that there's life-changing wealth to be had if it's not taken from me by an intrusive, destructive, agency or administration rather. I think there's opportunity there. So that's one of the things that matters to me most. However, I am not a single issue voter. I'm just not. And so I understand, as it turns out, and this is kind of interesting. Now, of course, Chris Larsen, he's a multi-billionaire, quite literally. So this is demonstrating he's not a one-issue voter either. Because he has to know. I can't imagine. I don't believe it unless he says it publicly. I don't believe that he thinks that what's happening with the current administration is good for crypto. I do not believe that. It would be too absurd. Now, if he says that publicly, I'll highlight it. Oh, yeah. I'll be making a video about that one. But he's not said that. So my best supposition, though I can't technically know for sure, of course, I don't know for sure what's in his head, duh. But my best guess is that he's not a single issue voter either. And all of the other stuff matters way more to him, whether he's right or wrong about those things, than the crypto side of things. And so in a way, if somebody feels that way and they're going to vote, for like Harris's fall, I can respect that on a certain level, certainly. As long as you understand that by doing that, you're harming yourself financially as it pertains specifically to anything crypto. As long as you know you're doing that and you're not just being an idiot on that topic, then I can get it. You care more about the other things, whether you're right or wrong. I'm not talking about that in this video because this is not a political channel by nature. I'm only talking about this because they've leapt into my world. Anytime the administration does anything, or in this case, Chris Larsen, it's in the news. It's about crypto, but it's also somewhat about politics. I'll talk about that stuff, but that's it. Not going to be preaching to you. This is not a political channel, but I'll share my thoughts on this specifically. So I can actually kind of understand, because if things were flipped, I mean, if everything that I thought was harmful to the country was in one candidate, or was rather, let me say that backwards. If I thought that everything about one hypothetical candidate was perfect except for their crypto stance, would I vote for that candidate still? And that would be tough for me since crypto matters to me so much, but I can't 100% say no. I'm just being intellectually honest. Like, that would be a tough spot to be in. And so if he feels that way, that's why I'm saying I can understand. Now, this is bad for anybody in crypto. That unquestionably, what he's doing here, it's not good for crypto. I acknowledge that fully. But I'm just saying I get where he's coming from since I know he believes that strongly because I've seen enough from him publicly. Like, I know that. But that's not everyone at Ripple, and it's not Ripple itself. In fact, here's a headline from Crypto Rank. This is from July 26th of this year. Ripple Chief Legal Officer Alderati donates $300,000 in XRP to Donald Trump. And so that's one of the top people, top guys, Chief Legal Officer at Ripple. And he's entitled to do that too. But even that isn't a Ripple thing. I'm just pointing out executives can do whatever they want. In a company as large as Ripple, you'd expect people on both sides of the political aisle. Then there's also this. So what's Ripple actually doing? Well, Ripple is putting their money where you would hope that they would, frankly. Do you remember this one? This is from Bitcoin, actually, bitcoin.com. Ripple donates $1 million to new super PAC seeking to unseat Senator Elizabeth Warren. And so this is a super PAC created by an XRP community member, James Murphy, who is helping Attorney Deaton campaign. You'll, of course, recall Attorney Deaton is currently running against Senator Warren to take that Senate seat. And Ripple donated $1 million to that cause. And John Deaton's on the right. Ripple is donating almost exclusively to super PACs and organizations on the right because almost exclusively you'll find pro-crypto organizations and people on the right, not so much on the left. It's not a political calculation for Ripple. It's, hey, these are the people that are pro-crypto, and almost all of them are on the right politically. They just happen to be. Because these idiot sticks have, not Ripple, these idiot sticks in politics have made this a partisan issue when it very clearly should not be. Here's another one. Ripple pumps additional $25 million into pro-crypto super PAC. This is from May of this year. And not worth reading through the article. I'm just trying to drive the point home. This article is basically about Ripple donating $25 million into another super PAC, Fair Shake, that's what it's called, basically to unseat a bunch of Democrats because the Democrats tend to be, like I said, not exclusively, but they do, almost all of them are, anti-crypto. And so here you have another $25 million that Ripple's putting out there. So this is not a Ripple thing. Whatever you think about it, you're entitled to your position. That's fine. I respect wherever you're coming from. And I'm just saying what I think. But it's not Ripple, whatever you think. Like, Ripple is not supporting anyone anti-crypto, period. They will not, because they understand what that means for them specifically. But we also knew that Chris Larson was already going this direction, so it's not surprising to see that there's a monetary contribution. Here we have a story from September 6th, and I covered this at the time of this year. Ripple co-founder among Kamala Harris's new corporate endorsers. It's also referenced in this brand new article from Cointelegraph. Let's go through this real quick. Ripple co-founder donates $1 million in XRP to Harris campaign. And this is wild, but this just tells you, I think, how strongly Chris Larson feels about his left-leaning views. And he's entitled to that. I think that's what this shows. I don't think he's anti-crypto. I think he knows this harms crypto. And I think this is just my guess, I think he cares way more about everything else. And okay, in a way I can respect that. He's sticking to his principles then, if that's the case, right? But my God, this is bad for crypto. Reads as follows. Records from the Federal Election Commission, FEC, revealed that Ripple co-founder and executive chairman Chris Larson contributed, I'll use a round number here, 1.7 million XRP valued at $1 million at the time of the donation to the Harris-Walz 2024 presidential campaign. And by the way, that's actually not quite precise. Check this out. The FEC filing showed the contribution was made on August 14th, 2024 to the Pro-Harris Future Forward Political Action Committee. So there you go. So they said something incorrect, but it's crypto media. It's a bunch of C students. They said it was donated to Harris-Walz. It's actually not. In fact, so far as I know, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they accept crypto, the actual campaign. If they do, let me know, and maybe I just don't know that. I haven't seen that. So what they actually contributed to was a political action committee, which is not controlled in any way, shape, or form by the Harris campaign. It just isn't. So the money went to the super PAC, again, political action committee. Anyway, piece continues. According to Fox Business reporter Eleanor Terrett, this represents the first documented crypto contribution to the Harris campaign. Again, it's not the Harris campaign, though. How do they report both things and they literally just don't know the difference, I guess. Good thing you got old Moon Lambo here to straighten things out. Anyway, in September, a spokesperson for Future Forward told Cointelegraph that the PAC was accepting crypto donations for Harris after false reports surfaced that the campaign was directly accepting crypto campaign donations. And so I know that they weren't back then. I just don't know if that changes all that I'm saying. And so it's not really necessary to read the rest of the article here, but I will just highlight this if you want to see it. This was shared by Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett. She shows the amount, $1 million in 1.75 million XRP right there. So it was sent to the PAC, the super PAC here, from Chris Larson. So there it is. There's the proof. I just wanted to clarify because there's been a lot of misreporting on this and misunderstanding. And I understand why. You see that's been donated to this PAC, and if somebody doesn't know what a PAC is, they just think that it's the Harris campaign. That is not true. It is a completely separate entity. So if anybody's saying that, you can politely correct them, as I've done a couple times already. Not the end of the world, but just understand it is not the Harris campaign taking XRP. It just is not. They don't want that crap. They probably do view it as crap, frankly. I mean, obviously, Kamala's against all this stuff. In fact, if you go to the article here, you want to see the extent to which he's pro-crypto. This is it. This is it. Here's the quote. This is from the Harris campaign in September. This is the only pro-crypto thing that you can name, and it's a sentence. It wasn't even uttered from her mouth. Quote, "We will partner together to invest in America's competitiveness, to invest in America's future. We will encourage innovative technologies like AI and digital assets while protecting our consumers and investors." End quote. That's it. Oh, well, I guess I'm sold. She'll be pro-crypto. Despite the fact she's been complicit in all this nonsense, all the attacks against crypto for almost 4 years at this point. She's been complicit in that. She's not flipping anything now that she's running for president. No. There's been nothing of that sort. Of course not. And on the other side, what do you see with Trump? You see that and Trump did flip, but I believe legitimately. He started his own NFT collections, like, for crying out loud. Like, so there's that. He spoke at the Bitcoin conference. He went to a famous Bitcoin bar in New York and bought burgers with Bitcoin. I'm sure they use Layer 2 technology, but he used Bitcoin there. And he called them crypto burgers, which was hilarious to me. I just said crypto burger in my own head with his voice, and I started laughing. So there's that. And he's made it clear at just endless campaign events. He's taking questions from the crowd, and he just keeps saying, "Yeah, absolutely, pro-crypto. We need to," he said, "protect the entrepreneurs." All this stuff that you would expect. And on top of that, he'll be leading the party, which at this point, let's be real, the Republicans, that is being pro-crypto. It's effectively a party platform at this point. Almost 100% of that side of the political aisle pro-crypto. On the Democrat side, almost 100% against crypto. I don't like that. I don't think it will always be like that, but it is bipartisan, or partisan rather, not bipartisan. It is partisan, unfortunately. So is what it is. So you guys do whatever you want. I'm not telling you how to vote. I'm just reporting on what is out there and sharing a few of my opinions along the way. But I do not want to see another 4 or God forbid 8 years of attacks on crypto. Things have got to get turned around here. I mean, this is seriously putting at risk our opportunity for life-changing wealth if this persists. It absolutely is. So you do whatever you think is right. I'm not telling you what to do, but my God, there's a lot at stake here. There really, very truly is here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.